Geeks collide, where comics and heroes come alive. Marvel, DC, Starfleet in the mix. Lightsabers flash, we're nerding out quick. Rican's the name of the show. Dive into the worlds you already know. From the big screens to the comic store. Super stories and so much more.
Hello.
What's up, mi gente? What's up? Thank you again for coming by to another edition of Rican. Of course, this is your boy Mo, and
I'm just really tired. So
hungover spawn of Satan.
hungover. I wish.
So yeah, this week, and we were having this discussion earlier. So let's bring it to you. We're talking about how AI has totally flooded the internet in so many different ways. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from it. I mean, yes, it's good. It's a great tool, but it's like all of a sudden it starts becoming more misleading because the trailers, or they say leaked footage of this or leaked footage of that. I mean, I love the TikTok stuff when they bring out the cats and the dogs having kind of conversations. Love those. But after a while, it's like when you're bringing out links and you're getting me excited, I get mad. I just want to go to your home and slap you for doing that to me.
Yeah, and a lot of them are like purporting it as if it's like an official, like, official
Right?
trailer or leaked scene from
Mhm.
this movie, and it's like we could tell. I mean, I don't know about you. I can easily tell it's obviously AI if you just do a little research, but a lot of people just buy it off the
No,
seeing it, and they're like, "What are you talking about? I did see this scene, or I saw a trailer," and it's like, "No, you did not. You
no.
saw something fake."
It was this one guy on TikTok. I'm gonna leave him nameless, but he was watching a scene that supposedly is leaked footage
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
from Avengers Doomsday, and it depicts like Tony Stark killing
I'm sorry, it was so stupid.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but he's like, "Oh no, no, you can't kill him!" And then he do the
acting was
flashbacks.
so
That it's like you can almost tell that it is an AI. It's not.
No, there's no almost. You could tell it's AI. There's no like almost.
But
It's
I
very
will
obvious.
give it for dramatic content. I said, look, if this was really a scene in Doomsday, it would be a freaking absolutely awesome scene.
First of all, someone would have lost their job.
Exactly.
Releasing it.
Well, no, remember, Mark Ruffalo was the one sitting in a theater with Avengers, and he had his phone on,
Yeah, but
and it blew up the internet. But then Kevin Feige said, "Brilliant!"
No, that don't count because he's contracted. This is someone who was probably like, if they had released it behind the scenes, like this wasn't an actor, it would have been like a behind the scenes person. They would
Yeah,
have lost their jobs.
done, goodbye. So yeah, it's great, but not so great. You really have to stop with the, here this is leaked, that is leaked. Look, create like you do with the dog, create with the Sasquatches and all those other things that are funny to watch. But to be honest with you, it's like, don't fool people, us especially, when we're all getting excited and waiting for this thing to finally come, and it's going to be next year soon, and we're biding our time, and we're actually waiting for the first trailer to drop, and then you pulling this, and it's like, what? It's confusing. It's like, take a second look of the link of where it's coming from. And 9 times out of 10,
they should just label it that it's AI and
Right.
not try to pass it off like it's real. Because also too, you can probably catch a lot of like legal heat for that. I can imagine of someone being like, "Oh, you're trying to say that you made this and it's not actually from the company or real." So
like I said, it's a great tool for independent people like us, like that want to film make, and now can say that, well, I don't have the millions of dollars involved. Now you don't need the millions of dollars. You have it. You have it on hand, and now you can create. Now you could totally take your imagination to where you wanted to go. I mean, that's how fan films became so big. I mean, I was watching them years back when it was like Star Trek Phase 2 with Crawley, or Star Trek Continues, and then and from the great beyond,
Lewis,
we have Lou on air right now. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
So how you doing, sleepy baby?
I'm good, and you?
Okay, good. Jump on, put on a bata. Be decent for the folks online.
No. I'm already on my way out the door.
So you're not joining us? You're live on air, by the way.
You're on air. You know that, right?
Oh, sorry.
Don't be apologize. Who is she? Who is she?
Nobody let me know.
Oh, no, we let you know. We left you 3 messages. No me diga eso, okay?
You left me 3 messages when? Today?
Just today, this morning.
I left you a message.
You don't check your phone?
Nah, I was napping, bro.
You was napping? You call that napping?
He's ignoring his husband, his children.
Where y'all over there?
Louis, you got some explaining to do.
No, we're home.
We're home. We're doing it online today.
Oh, no. Yeah.
No. You can hear it in his voice. No. Mira, vete, go, take yourself some cafe and go to your hookup.
We'll miss you.
We'll miss you and we'll talk to you very soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, talk to you soon.
Okay, have fun, brother.
All right.
Bye.
Later.
Yes, that was Meals on Wheels Lou going to I don't know, and I'm pretty sure I'll hear about it later. If not, you'll find us in divorce court. What was I? Oh yeah, so it's a great tool to use AI, and again, if you have an imagination and fan films are based on this, go for it, man. I've seen plenty of Star Wars fan films, some of them that have won awards that were great, but then they had to utilize, some money, some camera, but now technology is caught up where now you can create. I mean, I have done a lot of interviews and scenes with just my iPhone. And if I have the AI program in there to create a film, hello. I mean, monetarily speaking, if it's something that's independent from any franchise, great. I mean, you have something to make money from. But if it's part of a franchise, well, you already know the rules. Only could be a half an hour long. You cannot profit from it. But the thing is, it ain't about the profit because once you get known, once you have something that's like a bona fide hit, knock, 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 Hollywood's just around the corner.
I mean, not to sound against that, but I think that fan films are more rooted in the want to create something in that universe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about like, oh, the potential for someone to see it and make it like bigger. No, it's like we were just talking about it. I want to do my own kind of like mini series because seeing Axanar, I was like, oh, I could do that for a different storyline. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want no one taking it. But like, I'm doing it for the love of the game. I love that storyline and I want to see more about it. And it'd be cool. But then again, like, screw you guys because y'all not doing it. So I'm going to do it. Now you want to bite on mine? Nah.
No, it's true. A lot of the fan films I've watched from Bat in the Sun, when they've done this,
so good.
It's so good. And a lot of other independent Star Wars films, Star Trek, I mean, their own franchises in a sense. And I found one thing that is so how can I say this? So pretty much, and I'm forgetting the word right now, but it's all conclusive with all of them. Is the fact that they follow the lore. I mean, they follow it better than some. They're like us. We follow it, and we learned it, and we learned that there's a subculture with it, and then there's a sub fans that are telling stories that are part of that universe. That's who's making those films. That's why they're so good because of the fact.
Big up to the fan fiction writers because
exactly.
y'all be feeding us too.
So how can you not make a good film? But please, these spoilers and teasers of stuff that this was dropped. This was dropped. I'm watching this guy on TikTok and he's like, and he's like, and I'm like going, it's fake. Hello.
And it's like to also get people excited about something that's not real. It's like,
I'm already excited of the idea of that film coming out. Robert Downey Jr. in it. I mean, you have Tom Holland. I mean, the return of Chris Evans, Chris Helmsworth. And the fact, oh my God, Channing Tatum is in it as Gambit. Hello. So how can you not get excited about that? Yes, we have to sit here, we have to wait, because you got to let these artists just create the art that we enjoy so much that we'll throw our wallets and throw money at the concession stands like they're strippers. Hey, give me popcorn and shit. Do that shake, and then go into the theater to watch our favorite characters from all of the franchises come onto the screen.
Well,
that's hello.
Not you saying that, and I'm thinking about like going to see the movie and just them like in a strip club. I was just imagining that. I'm
AMC.
like Iron Man on the pole, like yeah.
There you go. There you go. See?
It's too early. I need
coffee. No, we haven't had our coffee yet. No.
No. I look like I'm eating the lightning bolt, by the way.
See?
I've been giggling about that this whole entire time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Swan of Satan. So yeah, we're kind of loopy on this Sunday. That's the last night's activities, which I'm gonna mention again. Next month we're gonna have another. This is kind of an ongoing series, and we really wish you could come and join us. I mean, last night was definitely fun. Dressing up and doing karaoke as our dress ups.
Halloween costumes.
Oh my God, Bronx Papito as Walter. Oh,
that was a good one. That was good.
That was good. That was. I mean, when he first came in, I thought he was Prince from the Revolution because when he was a symbol. But I forgot he don't have blonde hair and he didn't change his color. But still, and then you had Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I thought he might have been like an anime character or something like that. Because when he walked in at first, I was like, "What is he?" Like,
yeah, what animation?
Oh no, that's what it was. I thought he was Lestat, and I'm like, "Oh, nice." I'm like,
there you go, brother.
Never
see, if you had fangs, Vampire Lestat, bro. If anything, oh wow, you had it. You had it there, bro. You had it there. So please, if you see the next sign, come and join us. Be a part of the fun. We love to connect with our fans and those who want to turn on to the show. Please come and join us. I mean, we would love to have you there.
Yeah.
So next month, for I think the Christmas karaoke, we'll be looking for you.
Also, speaking on connecting with the fans and reaching out, I told this to you earlier, but I kind of want your comments on it. The creator of Assassin's Creed, or the guy who's been running it for the past like 20 years, stepped down. I forget his name. I have it saved here, but oh no, not you, shook me. That's me. I was an old woman, but everyone kept thinking I was Miss Swan from Mad TV.
Mad TV, yep. I know. She not looking like a man.
He look like a man.
I tell you, and there you see, there you go, Boricua Spark. Doing my thing. There you go. Yes, Vulcans can sing too. Oh, and do a little shake and move.
So yeah, his name is, where is it? Mark Alexis Coty. So he put out a statement saying that originally everyone was like, oh, he got fired, and so then he put out a statement and said, no, I stepped down. Like, it's kind of like, seems like he was pushed out. I don't know. The full story is not out yet, but it's weird because he's been running Assassin's Creed for, like I said, almost 20 years now, and to be like pushed aside now, it's weird, especially after they like totally went away from the original storyline they wanted to do in the games. So I'm curious to see what the future for Assassin's Creed is. Obviously, guys, I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. Huge fan,
So that's called creative differences. It's more like the same thing when it was before it turned 2025 and Amazon Pictures, or Amazon itself, was working to create the Warhammer 40K series.
Yeah.
But their mistake is that, well, I wouldn't say a mistake. I think it was a blessing for the fans, and as much as a mistake on their part, because they wanted to change the narrative and create differences for the purpose of demographics. So it's like they wanted to change one group. I think it was Christides, if I'm not mistaken. And I could be wrong. You could correct me on that. And that's the one that Cabell loves the most. And they wanted to change it to 90% women warriors. I'm like, wait, no, there's a cast of them that are women warriors, or why changing this one? And since they made Henry Cavill the creative producer behind it, he was like, no. And the clock was ticking because they had until midnight, December 31st, to come to something, or the whole thing gets blown up. And you know who wins? Not Amazon, because I'm pretty sure Netflix is around the corner saying, haha, go ahead, keep doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're moving, because we want that franchise. But they didn't, and they pretty much are, I think, now in the middle of pre-production before they go into production. And I don't know for sure yet. I'm going to look into it some more to find out if it's a series or a film or both, because Warhammer is like a world in itself. So many directions to go with this, and it's what since I think, if I'm not mistaken, Carol since he was 9 years old, and he's in the 40s, and that's no lie. And I'm like, wow, I want to be like him when I grow up. But you're talking a lot. I mean, 2 decades right there of stories and fandom, and I can't even put it into words of how much, as far as the monetary gain and value they're going to have with that.
No.
I mean, why mess with it? Why mess with it? That always goes into that part that we've always talked about before. Like, executives, get it through your head. We will come to see this, but please, and I say this with the utmost honesty that I can, don't mess with it. I mean, I'm not
or if
trying
you're gonna mess with it, at least mess it in a way that's like,
right. I was like, when Sam Raimi made a more organic Spider-Man with organic webs, I was like, but I liked it.
It made sense, though.
It made sense. And then they made the next Spider-Man, jokey Spider-Man, because that's how he was. He was like the Merc with the mouth, but with webs. Not as dirty, but still. And then the last iteration, which I think is kind of my favorite in a way, because I grew up with growing up reading and seeing the old cartoon, the old anime of the first Spider-Man on Fox 5 back in the days in the afternoon, coming home from school, rushing to get my little, and it's like, okay, put on Spider-Man. That young innovation of Tom Holland, iteration, to what it is now.
I totally didn't even catch that either.
I know, I caught it. That said something. Or Lou would have caught it, and he would have been like, Yeah. So that iteration of him, and now that he's in college, it's like that progression from high school, that mentality of it, and now college and the superhero, and the fact that you've got Ruffalo coming on with the Hulk, and not just any Hulk. Bring back the Savage Hulk. That's the one I want to see again. And then the Punisher.
Daredevil is also supposed to be too.
No spoilers. No. You got Negative Man. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more surprises in there, and I know that this one's going to be huge. I mean, right now they had to stop production. Unfortunately, so he suffered a concussion, if I'm not mistaken, about a couple of weeks ago. So he's just going through the protocols to be fine again, and then continue filming from there. So it's a young kid, strong kid, tough kid. I'm glad that's the only thing to walk with. I mean, I don't want him to have it, but I'm glad that's the least likely thing that happened to him, and they continue production from there. Same thing with Cavill. Cavill was in the middle of Highlander. I can't wait for that one. And he suffered a knee injury. Nothing extremely serious that time and some rest and healing can do, and he'll be back on to get it ready. But also, and I say this honestly, and we could talk about this a little bit further, but I'm waiting for the first Voltron, Defender of the Universe trailer to drop, bro. I'm just waiting to hear dun, 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 dun. So when I hear that, I'm gonna be like, I'll be 9 again, man, just of hearing that.
That's gonna be me when they do like a Gundam Wing movie, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god!
Like, I remember my first contact with that was watching Gundam Mobile Suit.
The original Gundam, yeah.
Gundam Mobile Suit, man. Yeah. Oh, it was good. Yeah. And then when they iterated into the next level, I was like, wow. Because it was still at the time that battle robots were the thing.
Yeah.
It was before Goku and fighting and Demon Slayers, all of that was what it is today. Because as I was talking to Sam, and we said this in the car on the way back from karaoke, it's like anime in itself, from the very beginning, from my beginnings of watching it, opened the floodgates to everything that of Asian culture, which is music, dance, films, anime. Because now films
are already making their moves, but anime
they're making their moves, but they're not as what it is now. I mean, you got K-dramas, and then you have movies, horror films especially, that are insane, and I mean insane.
Asian horror is built different, completely different.
I mean, if you told me you had a what do you call it, a martial arts demon hunter, or what you call it, Vampire Slayer. I go, it's kind of cheesy. I look at it now, I'm like, whoa. And plus, they use the practical effects that they've crafted over the years from the days when I watched like the Shaw Brothers and the Five Deadly Venoms and the artistry of their martial arts. It's like watching a dance. I could sit 5 minutes through a battle scene between henchmen or big boss against the hero, and I can watch that whole scene and just be like, it's like watching tennis, huh, huh, huh,
Yeah.
huh. It's beautiful. It's beautifully done. I can't even put it into words. It's so beautifully done. If you don't believe me, go into the archives, check out Five Deadly Venoms, okay, Shaw Brothers, and you'll see what I mean by that because they've crafted that. And then fast forward to now to the point where you have like. So in that respect, I got to say it is exactly what at least filming out there. Because if I have to be honest, it's like, okay, American films, they're trying to capture that spirit, but I see they're also now hiring filmmakers from overseas. They're coming here to bring their talents to the screen, like Jackie Chan's Jackie Chan's stunt team working in conjunction with the director doing Spider-Man Brand New Day. Jackie Chan's group, okay? I don't have to say anything else. If you're a fan, if you've seen Drunken Master of any of those things, you know you're going to get top quality action with it. CGI based with the Hulk, God forbid what the Punisher is going to be wind up doing. And of course, Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It's going to be insane. Insane group, man. And you got to love that. You have to love that. Because if you go and watch those Asian films, you will be mesmerized of how they can take imagination to like the 10th level. I'm not even going on 1, 2, 3. No, boom, straight up to 10, bro. It's just that great. Just that great. So, in essence, I would recommend those things, those films, that group, and just pretty much before I run dry from talking about it, is I can't wait for Spider-Man, Brand New Day, of course, Avengers, Doomsday, and a whole host of other films, horror especially. Because there's some I didn't get a chance. I only heard about it now, and most of them are on Netflix. Netflix seems to be like almost a home for horror, with the exception of this other company. I can't remember their name right now. Shudder. They're
That's
all
why
about.
I made that face. I was like, "How dare you disrespect Shudder?"
I'm sorry. I'm old. I can get away with it. I'm having a senior moment. But Shudder, again, they're the house for it. But I'm telling you, there is some stuff and library stuff that Netflix has that have stated that even the most, how can I say, how you call it, not motivated. I would say the most core of horror film fanatics will probably go, I don't want to see that. Because it's that, it's like it's that extreme. That's the beauty about Netflix and streaming, is that they don't have to rely on rules, FCC this or FCC no. Once they put it on the streaming platform, it's out there. That's it. There's no federal government to stop them.
People worry about the FCC period, about like how they used to beforehand. I don't think that's like I don't think that's give an issue. Sorry.
Don't let it don't let it poke your eye.
Like, imagine. Yeah, no, I don't think people worry about the FCC that much anymore. I think like horror as its own element, like it's subjective to certain people, like what they find too extreme and what they don't. But as a medium, it's always meant to be telling stories and or allegories for suffering, for what people are going through and stuff like that, no matter who they are, what they are, and stuff like that. So as long as it's something that somebody can watch and kind of relate to, they might passively be like, oh, I don't like the gore, but I'll watch it. But I don't know. Horror for me is like, I find psychological horror more detrimental to me than I do like body horror. Like I'll watch gore like nothing and eat popcorn, eat food. No, I think the last time I got really uncomfortable watching something and eating was when we were watching Peacemaker, right? Or Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
You know exactly what she was talking about. I had to put my food down. I literally was taking a bite. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
That's it. I'm not having any more. I feel that way when I watch. I feel that way when I watch The Boys or Gen V, because they do some stuff. I'm like, oh no!
I don't remember what it was that I saw on the show that made me sick. I just remember just like, oh yeah, I was taking a bite of food and was like, what?
Like seasons 1, 2, and 3 had that one, and I wouldn't say horrific. I would just say it's makes you just go, and that's it. You know, so when we get them back, we're going to go into that some more and talk about some other conversations that we have on Nerdy Weekends. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Come, let's play. Radio. Come, let's play. Fun is what we crave.
Let's go.
You're listening to New York City's LDM Radio. Another long stretch of continuous music.
Back into time. Flashback.
Make my move, gonna live my dream, gonna live my
New York City's LDM Radio.
The best radio station in the world is right here, right now.
You gotta love the radio stations.
Yeah.
So we're back. And during commercial break, we went over a few things. Still on the subject of the fact of horror on Netflix. I mean, so much of it's so good, and it's a long list. So trust me, sometimes you could find them on YouTube where they tell you which of the films that they are, and then you could just search them by their names. But trust me, there's a lot of good stuff thanks to streaming going there. And of course, since Netflix is kind of like, I would say, the gold standard that everybody tries to follow, go there and see what you can find.
Yeah.
Now, in other news,
we've got live action. Because speaking of Netflix, we've got some live action announcements and stuff like that. Obviously, season 2 of One Piece is, in production right now. They've announced that season 3 might come a little bit quicker than people think. So that's another one. I was trying to see if they announced anything for Yu Yu Hakusho. I've not seen anything yet. But that first season was really good. So other things that they've announced so far is a new Scooby-Doo live action series. I think it's supposed to be a mini series. I didn't look at any casting. It was just announced. So I don't know how you feel about that. Another is Captain Planet.
Oh,
they're doing a live. I'm so excited for that myself.
You know what's funny is that you mentioned Captain Planet, and I remember a YouTube video, and this was a different Captain Planet that they had done, and Don Cheadle played Captain Planet. It was kind of bad too.
Well, fun fact. So this series apparently is going to be executively produced by Greg Berlanti.
Okay.
And Leonardo DiCaprio.
No. See, you never know who's a fan until stuff like this happens.
Leo has the rights to the Akira movie and has the rights for the movie for a very long time. Has been trying to make that movie. So he is a huge, nerd. Just people don't realize that. So if we get in a live action Akira because of Leonardo DiCaprio, I'll be very happy. So that's
but a good live action version, Leo.
He won't let it pass.
Okay.
So, and then as far as going into like the more nerdier stuff, there's apparently an Assassin's Creed show that they're going to be working on.
Assassin's Creed.
It's my favorite property, obviously.
Of course.
So I'm excited for that. I don't think they've announced who's going to be really working on it yet, but it's going to be a group of people, like some of the people from Westworld are going to be working on this as well. So I'm excited for that. And now, as far as anime specific adaptions, we've got My Hero Academia, who Charles, I believe, is a fan of. I'm actually wearing my Hero shirt right now. I won this at Comic-Con, so I'm excited for that. Curious to see how they do the superhero like power aspect, because it's essentially like Gen V, but not as like grotesque and adult. But it's essentially like that kind of storyline. Kids, learning how to utilize their superpowers in this world where everybody has quirks. That's what they call them, their powers, quirks. And the main character, Deku, he's quirkless. So now he's in this school trying to figure out his place in this world of superheroes and how can he become a superhero without having a quirk. So, and mostly all the quirks are pretty normal. There's nothing that's like I said, obscene, like how Gen V is. Gen V is the closest to like a My Hero in the.
I don't think there's anything close to Gen V.
No, yeah, but like if I utilize that as a descriptor, like, have you seen Gen V? You know how they're going to school?
Yeah, the story behind it, but everything else in between.
Okay.
Ew.
So there's also, I don't know if you've been following Solo Leveling. I've been trying to get you to watch it for a minute because it features the system where the person utilizes the in-game system to like learn things in their world. But Solo Leveling is a Korean anime.
Oh, okay.
And it deals with this essentially in this world, these pocket universes start popping up, and people realize like they're like dungeons, kind of like D&D. Like these monsters are coming out of these pocket universes, and when these universes start popping up, people start developing powers. And you've got the people with like the mysticism, the people who are tanks and stuff like that. It's all kind of D&D inspired. So they start creating teams to go to these dungeons and like attack and kill the monsters, because if they kill the monsters, it closes. Now the main character, he goes on this attack, and I believe they're all ranked differently. So like, I think like A is like the top. He's like an E class. He's ranked E, so he's like the lowest of the low. Not very powerful and whatnot. So they go to this dungeon, and when they go to this dungeon, they find essentially which are these godlike creatures and kill him. But then he wakes up from this incident and realizes that, okay, he's still alive. And then he gets a system, and the system tells him, like, look, you have to do all these, like, challenges. He has to train. He gets to level up. So when he, like, does a certain amount of training, he gets these, like, point systems. So he can use it to, like, strength or this and that, agility. And he has to build himself up. He doesn't know why, though. He doesn't understand, like, the full concept of what's happening. He just knows, like, hey, I have the ability to level up solely on my own and fight these creatures. So I've read the manhwa. It's a great comic, and I know you would like it because you mess around with the system storyline.
I got the eyebrow.
I've heard you listening to that, so I was like, all right, cool. But Solo Leveling is going to be apparently a Netflix live action adaptation, so
then I must watch
for that. Yeah, we will watch. There's only 2 seasons out right now.
Oh, okay.
So the next one is Full Metal Alchemist.
Ooh.
And I'm excited because the Full Metal Alchemist movies were great, but I've thoroughly said that as a series, it would be so well. Because you can tell she's into it. It depends on what you're talking about, because I'm into a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for a lot of these, adaptions to happen, because the storylines are cool, and then also to see people's reactions to it.
This is what I live with. This is what happens. And when I know something is coming up, this is what it looks like. Excuse me?
What's my other catchphrase?
Once I hear those words,
let's go!
Oh, let's go! Follow with the snap. They don't have a snap, it's not that great. It has a snap. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So she quiet snap where I'm like,
quiet snap. When she was like looking at the Vampire Lestat trailer? Let's go! And she was losing it when we were watching it at Comic-Con when they were just showing it. I'm like, OMG. So, I know, she's really into
passionate. Yeah. So, I'm excited. Solo Leveling was this. Latinas speak so fast when they are hype.
Yes. Yes.
I also have ADHD too, so I try to. Anyhow, the next adaptation of Solo Leveling, the next one you're gonna love.
Okay.
They're working on a Demon Slayer live action for Netflix, and exactly. So I don't need to.
I
don't need to describe Demon Slayer, but if you have not heard of Demon Slayer. It is a amazing animation set in 1920s Japan where demons are running rampant and you have a secret organization called the Demon Slayer Corps fighting them. And yeah, it's
it's insane. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, you see the evolution of one particular character who's a crybaby half the time. You got a little snot bubble.
Zenitsu is my favorite,
at first I was like, somebody should slap him.
Every time I kept saying like he's my favorite, I know he would look at me like I don't see it.
I don't see favorite. He's bitching, he's crying, he's got a bubble snot, he's losing his mind. But when he fights, I'm like, what the hell is this?
He used to be like the drunken master, but instead of drunk, he has to be asleep for.
Yeah, it's like, boom. This personality, bubble snot, goes away, and then this other personality takes over. I'm like, ooh, there is a fighter inside of you after all. Yes. And then especially with the Infinity Castle.
He entered the castle. He did not fall in.
Oh, he ruled.
Not all great anime should be a live movie. They can mess it up. Completely agree. But then it's also the opposite too, that it translates well, or they did a good adaptation, but the people who are watching it, who are general audience and not anime fans, kind of tank it. So like for me, Cowboy Bebop, I feel like was such a great live action adaptation. They took a lot of the themes and they made them a little bit better. Like, because there was a lot of misogyny in the original animation. There was a lot of issues with the plot development. The first 10 episodes was kind of like them feeling their way, and then the second half was where like the big storyline actually really takes place. But the show did a great job of that. But I feel like a lot of people who were outsiders to Cowboy Bebop tanked it because they didn't care about the storyline. They didn't care about the characters. A lot of people were complaining about having John Cho as a lead. Which what is your complaint? He's Asian.
But it was true. We talked. I and Lou. We've talked about this before. It's when it comes to like even Marvel films, like us, we understand the storylines. We've read them. We've followed it. Now, when we're disappointed, it's because we know there's an element they took out or they changed it and made it because the general audience, for some reason, is going to sit there and I don't get it. No, they do get it. But they don't know the lore. They don't know the history. So they're looking at this as a movie for the very first time. When some people say, oh, yes, I love the MCU. I love the DCU. Well, I already know that you're just a fan of films and you're sitting there and you're watching it and you get what they put up there that time. And then that makes you happy. Well, then the rest of us are sitting there going, that didn't happen in the comic books. That could have been different. That never happened in the comic books.
You know how I feel about Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan's depiction in the movies. I'm not happy about it at all. Same thing with America Chavez. Those are two of my favorite characters. I'm just devastated. I won't even go into what they did to Loki. So, like, as a Loki fanatic, like I will defend Loki did no wrong ever. I don't care.
Or to coin her phrase, excuse me?
No, he was always right. But yeah, I feel like there's a double-edged sword. And then also, there are fans who also tank it themselves because they will be like, no, it's only the medium is only anime or the manga.
Those are you like to call the extremists. I'm not taking anything away from you in that. Be an extremist, but just remember at the end of the day, they have a budget. They have to try and make a film. They're going to try and put as many elements as they can. Some do not actually hit them. I know, but this is where I'm going. Is that some of them don't hit the mark. And when they don't hit the mark, they hear it from us.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, if you have this kind of budget, why didn't you go to the source material? Why didn't you follow the source material to a certain extent?
I'm fine with that. Like, as someone who's also a writer and wanting to get into that, like, I understand the need to change things. But where I was going to go in the idea of those fans is not so much that, like, they were judgmental. I don't believe we're fanatic fans. I believe that we are pretty much on the line. Okay, I'll answer that in a second. Do I think there's any movie that was better than the comics? Yes, actually, there's a few. So... I believe that there are certain fans who refuse to engage with the media unless it's like, if they only read comics or mangas, I don't care if there's an anime, I won't engage with it. Or if they only read or watch the anime but won't read the manga storyline. So when they're talking to people about what's happening, but people bringing up stuff from the manga, they were like, well, I didn't read it. It doesn't count to me. I don't care. Like, there are people who will literally they put like the little like
blinders, the blinders,
and will refuse to engage with the media. And that also takes it too, because they're not they're putting out more damaging information than fans, because sometimes people who are not knowing will be like, okay, I'll go into this and figure it out. But then fans who are like that will literally be like, well, no, and then write horrible reviews about something they've never seen.
Exactly.
Never
if you don't
participated
know,
in.
why would you comment on it? I mean, if you're going to judge it for the content you saw now. Was it good? Okay, then judge it on that. If you didn't like it, then don't try to blow it up into 3 Mile Island, especially if you don't even know what the real story baseline was about. And if you didn't capture what was going on in the film, if it didn't tell you anything, best to say nothing, because you're going to offend a lot of fans who loved it and said, yeah, that's the way it was supposed to go. Yeah, that's the way it happened. Oh my God, they did this too. Oh, when you add something to it, and even though it wasn't a part of it, but it works, that's when you get thumbs up, because it worked. You took an adaptation of it and then you added something that made it work, not changed it to appease a group or whatever, or because the demographic says otherwise. No, let's take a chance. Let's do this in here. It's like when we talked about with Star Trek. This season, I love it. I love that they went for the fence and they put it out there. Mind you, I mean, I've been hearing the criticism, oh, it's too funny. It's supposed to be okay, life in space is not always serious. You're going to have your humor moments. You're going to have your moments where you connect with people and you laugh at each other. That's just the normalcy of what they face and what they're doing. So, I mean, is it a bit much? Not really. I mean, to me, it just captured the essence of how people are, getting along with each other. And sometimes there's humor in that, and that's what happens.
But yeah, going back to that question about were there adaptions that I feel that were better. I'm literally going through my head. There's a few, but specifically, I think in like the new agey version, I will preface this by saying, like, I like One Piece, but I'm not a ginormous One Piece fan. I've been in and out. I've read the manga. I've watched the anime. I wholeheartedly believe that live action series is way better than anything else I've ever seen put either on and I love the manga, but the manga also stretches out certain things. But what they've done on the live action, love it. I'm loving every piece of it. Same thing with Cowboy Bebop. It took elements. Cowboy Bebop is one of those animes that has no manga. It's just an anime. And so there's no basis for me to go backwards and try to read the manga and figure it out. Like, no, it's that live action took the best elements of that anime and put it onto screen. And I, again, loved every second of it. As far as like regular media, the Vampire Diaries TV show, way better than those books could have ever been.
She loves the Vampire Diaries.
That show, like, if you went and read the books, you'd have been like, what is this? It's almost a completely different storyline. And they did such a good, like, I prefer the TV show to the books any day. So.
Like the Underworld series is just the movie.
Yeah, there's
no book, there's a backstory, and that's what makes it so good. When it first came out, I said, the war against vampires and Lycans, what? And then I watched, and then, of course, as a man, I'm going to be honest, Kate Beckinsale and skin-tight, shiny leather. Yes, but then when I watched when I really sat down and watched it, I was like, yo, this is good. Yeah. I mean, 4 movies later, and it's still good. Even with one film that had Rona Mitra, another one. And she, I mean, between that storyline, does not even include Celine whatsoever. Beautifully done. And you gave the backstory as to why this war happened to begin with. It was about love, and that's what happened. Yep. Yeah,
original works. You don't get as much of them nowadays, which is fine. But to create like original work, it's a little bit more like in anime. You get it more often than not. I think one of the last original ones that I remember watching that I thoroughly enjoyed was Yuri on Ice. So if anybody likes Yuri on Ice, please.
Okay.
You haven't watched it yet, but I've talked about it. That's the ice skating one.
Yes.
So yes. Yeah, huge fan. Studio Mappa. Those are the people who did Attack on Titan the last 2 seasons. They've done Banana Fish. I was telling you about that.
That's a good call. That's a good lead-in right there with Attack on Titan. Whereas the anime, excellent. Movie, not so much.
The live action movie was same thing. Oh, you know what? That's a good question about like bad adaptions. Death Note, the Netflix Death Note. I almost was like, I'm quitting Netflix after this because like, how dare they? And you had like a great cat, like Keith Stanfield was L. And you fumbled the bag, but that's also going into the director, the production team. But if
memory serves, there were 2 adaptations of it. One from Netflix.
And there was a Japanese one. The Japanese one, phenomenal, amazing. The same guy from the lead actor from Battle Royale, the guy plays Shuya. He plays Light Yagami.
Watch this, Guyver, the first film. I'm gonna be kind and say this. No, I'm going to say this because it fooled you in the beginning with the cover having Mark Hamill and then the Guyver above it. And I'm thinking, oh, God, not JJ. Oh, my God. JJ, good times. Bubba Lip.
Boy, come on, I still quote that.
Bubba Lip, earring-wearing lizard.
He actually
Zoonoid.
Actually, I think he was supposed to be like Ramos or whatever. I actually know the Zoonoid, so like it is what it is. Horrible first movie, but it still was. I'll give it a maybe. But the second one,
whoo, Dark Hero. If I cannot say this 100 or 1,000 times, if you're gonna go look for the Guyver series, do not, under any circumstances, and I say this with extreme prejudice, go for the first one.
Dark Hero is what
Dark Hero is exactly the essence of what Guyver was supposed to be. And what's funny is that the actor who plays the Guyver,
Solid Snake, he
is also voice acting as a Guyver in the anime. So hello, he did a voice acting on the anime. It was it Guyver or another one?
No, he's done other anime. Okay, so if I remember correctly, yeah, he's done other anime. He wrote the X2 script.
That's the one.
He wrote the X2 script. I forgot what other anime, but he's really prominently known as the voice of Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. So that's what he's big known as in the world.
And I say this with the most honesty. If that movie was to come out today, and this was done in '94, and then they had, and they were just in the beginning of the CGI graphics, and they still use men in suits or whatever. But I'm telling you, if that came out today, it would make money in theaters. I believe it would make money, but it also is a very maybe because of the anime aspect, but it's so niche. I would like to believe that if there was supposed to be an Evangelion movie that was supposed to be made by Weta Workshops. If you don't know who Weta Workshops is, that's the same people who worked on Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm.
So they were working in the early, right after they did Lord of the Rings, they wanted to do a Neon Genesis Evangelion adaptation. Then they have artwork, they have all that stuff from developmental when they were doing it, and it ended up falling through. I don't remember why, but if that movie had come out, I think during that time, I don't think it would have been received properly well because it's got a lot of meta, it's got a lot of religious undertones, and it's a very it's a thought-provoking piece, and a lot of people there's a genre for that, but as far as general audiences go, I don't think they would have received it well. Nowadays, I think it would have. Well, it would be really
because
good.
That's what anime is. It doesn't just cross the realm of fantasy in any way. It crosses all realms. Well, it connects on many levels to many people.
People consider anime a genre when they should be considering anime a medium.
True.
Anime is just a medium for storytelling. It is how people utilize it, and specifically, anime is a Japanese term, so you have the Japanese animation from there. So that's they have different genres, different whatever, and in that medium. And then in Korea, they call it something else, manhwa or something like that. Or
anime.
That's the book. No. I forgot what they call it in Korea, but in China, it's called donghua. That's what they call their animations. Okay. So there's different names that they have for it, but it's just a medium that they're utilizing. And the genre is what it is. But yeah, It's not, anime in itself is not a genre. It's people delegate it that way, and I think that's why a lot of people push it. Be like, well, I don't like anime. It's like, well, how would you know? If you like sci-fi, there's sci-fi anime. If you like horror, there's horror anime. If you like big busty beauties, there's that too for anime. Okay, like there's something for everybody, a piece of the pie.
You had me at big busty anime. I'm sorry.
So like,
Okay. And that being said, if you have any comments or you have some animes that you also know that translated well or didn't translate it
or
well,
anime you think was bad,
exactly, put it in the comments. Also, go to our Facebook page for now and just tell us what you think. Okay. Again, thank you for joining us for another rendition of the Ricans. I'm Mo.
and I am unfortunately still here. So,
And thank you again for joining us. Until then, live long and prosper.
peace and long life.
Welcome to the zone where geeks collide, where comics and heroes come alive. Marvel, DC, Starfleet in the mix. Lightsabers flash, we're nerding out quick.